Hi, welcome. I'm Coach Tonya, the holistic health practitioner here at Critical Bench. And in this video, I'm going to discuss what exercises you should never, ever do if you're postmenopausal. Hey, you survived menopause. Yay. And now you're postmenopausal. Things have, for the better part, kind of balanced out, leveled out, and you're in this other phase of your life. You transition from perimenopause through menopause, and now you're postmenopausal, and life is a little different now, and it's not all bad. But definitely there are probably changes that you've made, lifestyle changes that you've made that better accommodate this phase in your life to keep you feeling your absolute best. Now, menopause is not a sentence. It's like, I've had women sit in front of me and just absolutely sobbing. It was like this life sentence. It was the end of so many things in their mind. And yet, to be very honest, it meant some things were kind of coming to an end, but it also meant there was a lot of other really great things up ahead, and it's what you make it, it's how you embrace it, and your ability to be flexible and make those lifestyle changes to continue living in a state of that's optimized nutrition, optimized health, optimized fitness, optimized wellness. So it starts with your state of mind, and it filters down through things like your own awareness, your body awareness, and your ability to just go, this is where I'm at, and this is what I'm doing, and I feel great. And when it stops feeling great, I change it. All right? So I've done several videos on menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause, symptoms, signs, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, exercising, nutrition. And this video I want to talk about I'm a huge advocate for staying fit and active throughout your life. Now, that's barring any really serious issues or conditions or injuries that come up, anything where your doctor has to steps in and says, look, this is what's happening with you. You need to avoid exercise for the next however long till we get this sorted out. Always talk with your doctor. You have got to keep an open line of communication with your doctor if you want to make sure you're staying on the right track. You need that feedback, and it can be a conversation where it starts out with him thinking, or her, the doctor thinking, I don't know about this, and by the end of the conversation, you two have reached an agreement that it's a win-win for everybody. He's happy and confident that you're okay, and you feel like you haven't had to give up something you love. So it's a very important relationship to have, especially as your body changes and goes through these changes, and you're making lifestyle changes, and things are happening, and we're getting older. It's a tremendous relationship to continue to nurture, all right? Because your doctor is on your side. Really, they want the best for you as much as you do. So you keep a very good mindset about that. Now, I talk a lot in my videos about staying active and being fit, and how important that is, and how that increases your chances for a better experience through menopause, and how it also supports better health and wellness post-menopause, because there are physical changes that happen in the body as we transition through menopause. And a lot of that comes down to like bone density, cardiovascular issues, because once a woman has gone through menopause, once she's postmenopausal, we are at a higher risk. We're not a statistic, we're just at a higher risk because of the changes that have happened physiologically. We're at a higher risk of like cardiovascular disease, and definitely for things like osteoarthritis and osteo-related injuries. So those are two very good reasons why you want to continue to have really good regular follow-up appointments with your doctor and make sure everything's being monitored. But also, really, those are two huge, flags in terms of being very aware of what is appropriate and best for you when it comes to exercising and staying fit. You may have, and I've used this sport a lot because it's one that I played, it's one that my kids have played, and I love it, and that's rugby. I played rugby through university, and even into my young adulthood. I just love the sport. Now, if I were postmenopausal and know that, I've probably had, some bone density loss, or maybe there's something else going on, it's probably not a sport I'm going to continue. It's very exhausting. I'm not going to have the same energy level. All right, we're at a point in time in our life where your body's kind of not going into rest like, well, now it's time to sit back, kick your feet up and just watch Netflix. No, but we don't have the exact same kind of energy that we had in our 20s and 30s because we don't need that same kind of energy because we're not moving in that direction anymore. Life then and what we were looking at and what we were doing and what we were trying to accomplish is very different than where we're at postmenopausal. It doesn't mean we don't have dreams and goals and aspirations and, things, great, amazing adventures and things that we're going to do, but it is different. It's different, all right? So staying active is incredibly important. It's important to keep that bone density up. It is important to keep that heart health up. It's important to keep emotional health and wellness up. But what are exercises you should not do? High impact. Number one, high impact, again, because of the increased risk of bone breaks, fractures, and things like that. Now, again, if you're a 65-year-old rugby player and you're just not skipping a beat and your doctor's okay with it, then I guess that's fine. But I'm going to caution you strongly against the high impact sports post-menopause. Number two, any sorts of exercise that require repeated trunk flexion because that increases the load on your spine. And again, with bone density, there tends to be, significant, there can be up to significant loss, not 100%, but there can be very significant bone loss in the spinal column. So that loading of the spine with weakened bones is really not a good idea. You're just sort of asking for injury and problems that you do not need. There's other exercises you can do without anything that's the trunk flexion that's loading that spine more than it needs to be. Number three, anything that involves a slippery surface. Again, I'm coming back to bones and breaks and fractures. And typically our balance starts to become a little challenged, and not just because physical like balance, but visual. A lot of us, heading into menopause and postmenopause, or never had glasses, and all of a sudden, we get older and the eye muscles weaken, and it causes, vision to change. So right there, visually, your proprioception, your balance can be compromised. So now you add a slippery surface to that, you're increasing your risk of a fall. And when you fall, you're definitely increasing your risk of breaks and fractures and all kinds of aches and hurts and bumps that you don't need, because the healing process is a little slower. Okay, it is. We don't, a 10-year-old falls and breaks their arm. It's terrible, it's painful, it's traumatic. They bounce back really quick. Post-menopause, bounce back isn't quite as quick. All right. Now, anything, yeah, I'm going to say this one. Okay, so I had never do. So we talked about high impact, anything required like the repeated trunk flexion that loads that spine, anything involving a slippery surface, so like ice skating, skiing, even dancing, like ballroom dancing. Have you ever seen those ballroom dancers? Man, that's athletic. Okay, so be cautious of that. Anything that can cause your target heart rate to increase very quickly and causing you discomfort. Again, post-menopause, women are at a higher risk for things like cardiovascular disease. So heart health should become a primary, not a primary concern, but a priority. Okay, maintaining good heart health. So, you can do a lot of activities and stay physically active and maintain and sustain excellent heart health. You don't have to push it to the point that you put yourself into a danger zone or cause yourself, serious discomfort where you end up with palpitations, tachycardia, and, that just kind of snowballs. So, you need to not do that to yourself. And all of this comes back to step one of incredible body awareness, being very aware and accepting of where you're at, what you're able to do, how much you can push and challenge yourself without overdoing it and causing yourself harm. It's not giving up anything. It's just embracing a new phase and making some changes to stay really living in a state of absolute optimized health and wellness and really enjoying it. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you click over here to subscribe to our channel. Give this video a thumbs up and leave us a comment below. And click here for a free stretching report. And check out this video here too. I know you're going to love it. I'm Coach Tonya at Critical Bench. Have an awesome day.